Shalom, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua Bahashem HaKodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, for risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen, but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushua, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as are the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Ekalil, and this video is about the terrible times that are ahead. We're heading into the time, as it says in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, and verse 4. At verse 7 it says, rather, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So we're heading into a time called Jacob's trouble, which is a time like never before upon us as a nation, the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And it says, but he shall be saved out of it. So that is referring to the elect of the nation of Israel that will be saved, as salvation is only for the nation of Israel when our Lord Yahushua returns. And of the nation of Israel, there is a remnant to be saved, which is the elect. So the elect will be saved out of that time of trouble. It mentions it in the book of Daniel 12 and 1 as well. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. So once again, it is the elect of the nation of Israel that will be delivered from this time like never before upon us as a nation. And we're heading into those times. We're heading into the time of Jacob's trouble. And what we're seeing right now is the deterioration of this current kingdom, which is ruled by the so-called white man, who are the biblical Edomites, whose forefather is Esau. We're seeing the collapse of their kingdom, and the scriptures say that through great tribulation shall we enter the kingdom. And I say we, as Lord willing, I'm a part of that number to be saved, a part of the 144,000 and the elect, right? So we're heading into some very terrible times, because the scriptures say as well in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, regarding the days. Let's see. As it says in Matthew chapter 24 and verse 21, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. So this is referring to Jacob's trouble. When Yahushua was speaking here, he was referring to the time prophesied by the prophet Jeremiah that would come, Jacob's trouble. They're saying the same thing. This is the time that is coming of great tribulation upon us, the children of Israel. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So Yahushua let us know that the days are going to be shortened, which shows us that when the closer we get to the kingdom of Yahweh Shemishai, that the days are going to be shortened, which means that things are going to be happening very quickly. The prophecies are going to be popping off back to back to back in the last days. And that because they're going to be shortened, there should be no flesh be saved, because that is how terrible the times are that will be coming. That if the days aren't shortened, that there will be no flesh left to be saved, because Esau, Edom, is going to be pushing forth with the fullness of his blessing, which is that sword. And he has that sword, man. From Genesis chapter 27, Esau's sword was given unto him, which is his blessing, which is to be able to conquer and to rule by way of destroying. So in Revelation chapter 12 and verse 6, it says, not verse 6, Salakio, I'm in the wrong chapter, my bad. Revelation 6 and verse 4, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And this red horse is talking about Esau, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword, right? So it was given unto him. Yahweh Shemishai gave Esau Edom this power, and he's still in his kingdom, and he's still in his blessing, and he's going to be using the fullness of his blessing, as it says in Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So the devil here is referring to the Edomites, or these so-called white people. And it says that the devil is coming down onto you, having great wrath. So he's going to be pushing forth with great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time, because his time is short. Esau's kingdom, Esau's rulership was always temporary. They were not given the blessing that we were given, which our blessing is perpetual rulership. We are the Lord's holy chosen people. We were given everything, the promises, everything, the law, statutes, and commandments were given unto us. And we were the ones that broke them, and then we're suffering on the curses to this day. We're the Israelites, right? But in Romans chapter 9, it lets you know very plainly, straight to the point, no kinds of arguments at all to be had, that it was all given unto us. So we have the blessing of ultimate dominion, and Esau was given the blessing of having some dominion, but it was always temporary. So they know their time is short, and they're coming with great wrath. Going back to Revelation chapter 6, and then verse 8, it says, And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name then sat on him was death and hell. And who's this pale horse? Esau, Edom, once again. So it says, followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth. The fourth part of the earth is referring to America, with sword and with hunger and with death and with the beasts of the earth. So he's a very destructive creature, this Edomite. And they're going to be bringing great chaos and great destruction. And the judgments of Yahweh Shemeshai are on their way. 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So this is why the Lord is bringing it, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So it's because this world is wicked why the Yahweh Shemeshai will be bringing the judgment. So the rulers are wicked, who are the Edomites, so they promote wickedness, and then the people of the world see them as the rulers, and they take on to their ways and find their ways acceptable, but you're committing wickedness. And the wicked establish wicked laws and allow wicked things to be able to be done. And this is what they do. So the entire world is wicked, and you have a portion of our people who refuse to return to Yahweh Shemeshai, taking on to these vile, abominable ways. And so they will be judged for not repenting and having faith in Yahweh Shemeshai, right? As it says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So this is what's coming, man. And we're in the period of time now where we're seeing the collapse in front of us. The world right now is in a very, very different stage than it was before. Right now, you can see where the prophecies are building up day by day. And a part of the prophecies is the chaos and the judgments from Yahweh Shemeshai and the famine and everything. So we're seeing society fall apart in front of our eyes, and as such, people's the start of that is seeing people's living situations become affected. People aren't able to keep up with what it is that they need, their basically how to live, right? Things are becoming more expensive due to the inflation. You have all of these other disasters that are happening, such as the frequency of the earthquakes, which is a sign of the times of the end, that are happening, that affect people. You have other disasters that are happening that are affecting people are being put in worse conditions, and it's going to get much, much, much worse, because the famine hasn't even hit in the severe way as yet. But just let's take a listen to the state of what people are experiencing right now, especially over there in America, which is Mystery Babylon the Great. So fair use.
I'm gonna show you why mass looting is gonna start soon. Dude, 1244 patties.
So look at the price of these things, man.
For some taquitos, can't even afford eggs.
$26 for eggs? It's crazy, man. The inflation is just a starting point, because all of this is going to lead towards famine.
Nugget bites, $6.62 for the pickles, bro. I don't even like pickles. You can keep them. Nah. Bro, is anything single digits? $2.78 for the.
He's probably at somewhere like Walmart or something, which usually, to my knowledge, has, or at one point had cheaper goods. $6, $7 for a box of cereal. Granola, $6 for peanut butter.
How the fuck are we supposed to survive?
All right, so it says in Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 16, moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I'll break the staff of bread in Jerusalem. They shall eat bread, Salakia, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. So what this is saying is that the time is coming where you'll have to be rationing out your food, right? Whether it is that it starts where you simply can't afford as much food anymore, or we get to the point where, you know, the famine is kicking in and they have to ration food for the entire country, no matter, you know, whatever your social status or whatever, you just are allowed to purchase a certain amount of food leading up to the famine. These are the stages that we're going to be experiencing. And this is what people are feeling literally already. Many people are feeling it, where they already know, based off of how everything is so much more expensive, but you're not getting paid more, that you have to eat less food. You have to reduce your enjoyments and stuff like that. So it's leading up to the point where it's going to eventually turn into famine. Okay?
Genuinely. If anyone has the answer, please let me know. I got an email from my insurance broker. Our homeowner's insurance is going up another $1,000. An email from my BG, which is a gas and electric in Maryland. It's going up from $372 this month to $612 next month. We have turned on our heat 3 times. Probably 3 times total. And there's fucking snow on the ground. You go to the gas station, you fucking spend a fortune filling up your gas. You go to the grocery store, you have 10 items, you spend $400. You walk outside your door, it's another $100 just for you to fucking breathe. We spend $1,600 a fucking month on childcare for one child for 3 days a week. How are we expected to save money for retirement, for our kids, for really...
This is Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And she's obviously in mourning in some shape or form. She's distressed. You can tell she's unhappy. She's miserable because of the situation that she's in. And it's because of the rulership of the so-called white man, who are the wicked. They are the wicked, and so the people are mourning because they're not fit to rule. They rule to the creature that they are. It's like they appeal to the flesh, but they just are created to not only appeal to the flesh and to promote wickedness, but also to, I don't know, they just, you know, the scriptures say that they sow sorrow. You know, they just bring the world and the inhabitants and the people into a state of perdition. You know, they destroy the water, the air, the people, the animals, the plants, everything. They're just a creature that just goes about and brings sorrow to the world, really. You know, so the people are mourning, and that's what she's doing, right? So the rest of it is just her complaining about her living situation, which this is going to affect everyone, but especially you Israelites. I'm talking to you, man. The message is to repent, because we're heading into these times, and Yahweh Shemishai is not playing. Okay? The scriptures say, actually, let me get it in Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, and your creator is Yahweh Shemishai, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And the scriptures say that we're heading into perilous times. The scriptures say to redeem the time, to be circumspect, because the days are evil. And the days are evil, man, because people's living situations are going to get worse, and we're going to be heading into some times where it's going to lead to martial law. It's going to lead to people going against each other, as it says in Isaiah chapter 19. I believe it says that I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, right? Which is talking about you over there in America, right? As you are the modern day Egyptians, our modern day captors, captors to the Israelites. 2nd Ezra 15 says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So this is going to be happening, man. People are going to be brawling out there. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. So they're not going to regard their kings nor princes, which means they're not going to regard the orders of the president, the prime minister, your mayors, whoever's in charge, the police, etc. People are not going to listen. This is what the scriptures say. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, those that are in charge, right? Because it's going to get so bad where people are going to lose everything. And when people are in a state of mind where they've lost everything and they feel like they don't have anything else to lose, they go crazy. They go buck wild. With the famine, people are going to be doing things that they never thought they'd be doing, such as committing cannibalism. That's how bad things are going to be getting out there, right? So people are going to be doing all kinds of things. It's going to be chaos, man. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So martial law is coming. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So you see, the two things that Yahweh Shemishai mentions here, the lack of bread and for great tribulation, that famine. The famine is really going to draw people out. And the beginning of the video is showing that the food is already being affected. Then you have the bird flu situation where it's not just like the inflation of the food items, and other items as well are suffering from inflation, but you also have the fact that now you have shortages of food as well, such as starting with the eggs, etc. And then the whole narrative with that, we'll see how it continues to play out. But these are the times that we're in. The lack of bread, the famine is coming, and for great tribulation, so just experiencing hell, a hell far worse than what we're experiencing right now. And hell is in being in a condition that is unfavorable, okay? We're all in a hellish situation right now as the children of Israel. We're suffering under the curses, and we're in hell, all right? But soon, our redemption shall come. Salvation shall come. Yahushua shall return and set all things as they should be, and set all things aright. And those of us that are faithful are looking towards this day. So when I see that the world is collapsing, I am very happy about it. I hasten the day, for real, that the day may come when Yahushua returns, and to see the collapse of our enemy, who are the Edomites, man. So it's all coming, man. Okay? So Ecclesiastes 12:1 says to remember thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grandeur cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. So they're going to be looking out of the windows, man, and they're going to be darkened because we're going to be in such horrible times, but they don't have no faith in Yahweh Shemishai, our people. So they will have no hope. So the future will look bleak and dark, so to speak, for them. But once again, those of us that believe will know everything that's happening, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. So we'll be able to endure and to overcome what is to come, okay, by having faith in Yahweh Shemishai. So that's all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemishai, Bashim Kodesh. Shalom.